Welcome to the show. It's Audibly Fat. Checking in. I'm going to do a short, quick one here. How's everybody doing? Got a quick episode for you. Why do I always ask, how's everybody doing? No one's going to answer that. I don't know why I ask. I don't know. I listened to Bill Burr's podcast for 7 years. Maybe that's why. While I worked at the post office, which I don't really feel like talking about. Should I get into all the rest of the jobs I had here? I mean, who gives a fuck? I was listening back to it, and I was like, yeah, who's going to give a shit about any of this? I'll continue it another day. And you know what? What's really going to make people give a shit is me saying no one's going to give a shit. It's like everybody says our generation. Like, I'm a millennial. I was born in '88, so everybody says our generation. We're the, what do we call it? The participation trophy generation. We're the blue ribbon generation. We're the generation that told we were special. That's what everybody says, right? That's what all the, that's what everybody complains about. But that wasn't the case for fucking me. I mean, that was not the case. But if I keep saying no one's going to listen to this, no one's going to listen to this. Because, I mean, most of the people that say that are speaking from their podcast or speaking from a stage, or, you know what I mean? It's always a famous person that says this shit. And it's just like, it seemed like it worked for you. Because I was told the opposite. I was told I was incapable of doing anything, and I was a complete piece of shit, and I was the opposite of special. And I would do one of three things: pump gas, go to prison, or dig ditches. I was told that when I was a single-digit age by family members, for no reason. Just because, they just were like, oh, you're a piece of shit. You're just like us. You'll always be a piece of shit. Everybody says my generation was coddled, but I'm like, I mean, maybe the rest of you were, and maybe you listening out there, maybe you were told you were special and that you can do anything and that you can achieve your dreams and that the world's your oyster and that you can go out there and be whatever you want to be. I was literally told the exact opposite day in and day out. I was told I was stupid. I was told I was incapable. I was told I was going nowhere. I was told I was fat. I was told you know what I mean? Every fucking negative thing you could possibly imagine, I was told repeatedly day in and day out. So I don't have that problem. I have the opposite problem. I'm jealous of people that have that problem. Like Rogan does that. He's one of those people that'll complain about my generation being told we're special, but then he's one of those people who, in his show, he tells everybody how unique they are and how special they are, and they should all do their own thing, and you should do your own thing. You should start your own thing. It's just like it's just reinforcing the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Isn't that what we're complaining about your parents told you? You know what I mean? Like, wasn't that a problem, that kids think they're special for no reason? I don't get it. I don't know. I was told I wasn't special, so I wish I had the other problem. It must have been nice, just being told that you're good enough and that, you can do things, and that, to be encouraged and inspired, and it must be nice, but listening to people in my generation, you'd think it was hell because they ended up nowhere. And, I guess it got their hopes up. Unreasonably so. I guess that's what it would be. It got their hopes up. And then, when they end up just having a job and working and not being special, it kind of, that becomes a letdown because life isn't good enough anymore. I guess. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But I don't know. I wasn't told that. So me being a basic bitch and just having a job and having a 20-year-old car and owning a house. I just bought a house last year. It was a huge deal. Small dream to achieve, but I own a fucking house without any parents' help, without a grandparent's help, without a cosigner. No one fucking helped me. I'm a fabled millennial homeowner. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. That's why I'm content just being a basic bitch and feeling like that's an achievement, I'll take that, whatever. I understand that. At least I didn't have lofty fucking pretend dreams. But then again, I don't know. That's why I always talk about with my wife. I'm like, I don't really have ambition like that. I don't, you know what I mean? And she thinks it's because of the way I was raised. It's like, it was suppressed out of you. It was, maybe that's true, because I do have dreams, minor, but it's nothing like people think. Nothing like, I don't know. I never had belief in myself. No one told me to fucking believe in myself. No one told me I was gonna, you know what I mean? It wasn't, if anything I have, any inspiration or motivation I have, any direction I have, any get up and go I have, anything that's kept me from, being a complete piece of shit. Anything that made me turn my life around when my dad died in 2011, when he was in my life for 10 years, but he died, my grandma died. My stepdad cheated on my mom. My girlfriend broke up with me. Everything fell apart. I was homeless again. You know what I mean? Now my mom's getting evicted. Now she's getting homeless because she had already lost a house in 2008. Now she's renting and now losing a house again. Life was falling apart back then. So I definitely turned it around on my own. No one drove me to do that, but I had to do what I had to do. You know, I mean, but like again, these are small things. I don't know. Would it have been better to have these lofty dreams that everybody says they do? I don't know. Like I said, the people that complain about our generation are saying this from, really cushy spots, with $1 million a month on Patreon, shit like that. Like, or $100 million Spotify deals. It's like people speaking from ivory towers are saying how, bullshit it was. And it's just like, when you stop and think about it, it's like, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people I grew up with were told that, but I wasn't. And I don't know. Maybe my life, if you look at it from the perspective of somebody who wanted to achieve all these dreams and be like an Instagram influencer and not work and be a millionaire and travel the world and be a jet setter and do all these things, I have a shitty life, in their eyes. But in my eyes, I'm like, it could have been a lot worse. I was raised in a trailer half the time, by drunks and meth heads and tweakers and just complete fucking losers and bikers and roughnecks and factory workers and just, people, and a lot of unemployed people, a lot of directionless people. A lot of my family's on welfare. There's very many people in my family on food stamps, welfare, all types of shit. Yeah, I don't know, I guess. I don't know. You never know what the other side was like, but they bitch a lot. I do know that. I do know I bitch less, but I do know that, of course I know there's moments where, I always think, every time I think I'm over all the shit in my life, all my childhood, my dad, just all of it. Every time I think I'm over it and like a month goes by and nothing, I understand I'm affected day and, who I am as a person is affected by these things, but I don't know, what I mean? It's not crossing my mind. I'm not sad. I'm not bummed out. I'm not angry. So I'm like, oh, I'm over it. And then somebody says something like, our generation told they're special, just like that general trope. And then I go through my own childhood and I'm like, I was told the exact opposite of that. And then me and my wife talk about having kids and what they're going to be like and what I hope they're like me, what I hope they're not like me. And I talk about, my worries and just how I hope they have motivation and I hope they're ambitious because I never was. I'm not. I was smart enough as a kid to surround myself with people that were. My best friend was an All-American. My girlfriend was an All-American. Right out of high school, Olympic level athletes, fucking professional level athletes, NFL level, you know what I mean? Like people that are driven, successful, motivated, have something to show for it, have merit, have all these skills, have traits that I wanted myself. I surrounded myself with people like that when I was young and they never really wore off. That's not really how it works. If anything, I wore off on them. I made them lazier and fatter, and living with me and having my lifestyle made them work out less. These are athletes, like true athletes. Their body's a temple, and I don't treat my body like that. So I influenced people the other way, and I was hoping it would rub off on me. And then, like I talked about in the last episode, I surrounded myself with people that were on the opposite end of the spectrum, like complete fucking losers. People selling drugs and just with people people looking for ways to not ever work, but not in an interesting way, not in an innovative way, not in a smart way. I mean, we're 2006, 2007, 2008 in the Bay Area. I should have been, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things I could have been doing. I could have been getting in early on a lot of things. And I was hanging out with people that can come up with robbing drug dealers, setting up drug dealers. You know what I mean? That's the level of intellect I was surrounding myself with when all my friends went to college. I don't know where I was going with this shit, but yeah, I just talking about, like, I just didn't have motivation, man. I tried to surround myself with people that did. I didn't have any ambition. I didn't, I always have these dumb, like, fake thoughts in my head that, like, drift into my head throughout my whole life, teenage years and adult years. And this is how I know I'm not on the right track. Like, I'm getting lazy. I'm not focused. I'm not doing enough, is when I just have the same statements will pop into my head over and over again. That's when I know I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm not in a good mental space. I'm not in a good thought pattern. I don't know if this happens to anybody else. I've never talked to a therapist. I did 5 grams of mushrooms 10 years ago, and it really helped me. It changed me. You know what I mean? It really, really helped me, get over the loss of my dad, get over a lot of things, get my shit together, get more motivated. It really changed my life. If you see pictures of me before this and after, like, there's like something changed. You know what I mean? I don't know. I took it to change my life. I took it with the intention of healing myself, not to be, lame about it. But I've never been to therapy, so I don't know. I don't know. This is usually those things where I don't bounce these things off of people. You know what I mean? I don't talk to people about this shit because what are they going to say? It just bumps people out. More than anything, it just bumps people out, or they feel bad for you, or they go, I understand, man, or they just talk about themselves. That's, what can anyone do for you? I think that's why I've never gone to therapy, because what can anyone do for you? You're just talking anyways. You're just getting it out. You gotta work through it on your own. At least that's how I've always been. No one's ever helped me. I don't know. I had to be, that's why I try to be there for my little brothers, and at least, and you know what I mean? And anything they need, they don't, like, I got them out here living with me, because I just felt like no one ever gave me a leg up. And so I try to give them a leg up. I just try and treat them how I wish I was treated if I had an older brother. Like, I had an older brother, I had an older stepbrother, like, but he was just, like, living with us when I was, like, 16, and he was, I don't know, he's 5 years older than me, so he's, like, 21, 22, and I'm, like, 16, maybe 17, and he showed me the Zapruder film, and all of Stanley Kubrick's, you wouldn't call that a discography, would you call that a filmography? Yeah, who knows? I'm not a Stanley Kubrick fan. I've talked about it before. It's not very good. The movies bore me. They bore the shit out of me. I don't... they're not good. So I just wanted to be the dad and the brother I didn't have for them. And, I know I could be a better brother, and I could probably help them a lot more than I do, but I just never had that. So, yeah, I don't know. Where was I even going with this shit? What was I even talking about? I just heard, I don't know. I work with a lot of boomers, man. And they just say things like, you guys' generation, they always say this stupid shit. And you always got to eat it and run with it. I'm like, yeah, you're right, dude. Yeah. I don't ever argue, usually argue with people. And then, I don't know, you end up driving home thinking about what these dumb people say. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, I mean, maybe kids, bro, but they didn't tell me that. I wish I had that problem. But it sounds like we both ended up in the same spot, like, what do I do? Do I start a business? Do I become an entrepreneur? Do I buy this crypto? I mean, we're all just basic bitches. Did you see, I don't really consume a lot of media. That's one thing. Fuck, dude. There's a couple good decisions as I get older I've realized I've made. I don't drink. I don't do pills. I've done coke, psychedelics. I smoke weed all the time. But I'm afraid of pharmaceuticals. afraid of needles, don't like booze, was raised by an alcoholic. He drank himself to death at 46. No, thank you. And he's a complete piece of shit, beat the absolute shit out of me day in and day out, and blacked out and would wake up and forget about it. So yeah, if I got that DNA out of, and that doesn't mix with booze, I don't need to be doing it. So there's a few decisions I've made in my life: no booze, no pills. And I haven't been to the movies. I've been to the movies maybe twice in the last 15 years. I don't watch new movies. I don't, other than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and like Better Call Saul. I haven't watched any, and Vice Principals and The Righteous Gemstones. Other than that, I can't really think of anything that I'm watching or watch that's actively being released by Hollywood or, it's because I don't consume, I try not to consume mainstream media. I try not, I watch Baskets. I like Baskets. But in consuming less and less shit, I haven't seen a ton of movies, so people make a ton of references. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like a bunch of shows have come up on Netflix. No idea what people are talking about. There's all types of things I've totally missed out on, but I don't have FOMO. I'm not a FOMO sapien. I'm not. I don't know. So maybe it's ignorance is bliss, man. I don't know what I'm missing. So one good thing is I haven't been face fucked with mainstream media to where I feel like I need the new iPhone. I need the new this. I need the new that. I don't know. I say that I'll be like with people and I'm like, man, that car looks like shit. What the fuck is that? And I'm like, it's a new Tesla. That thing's fucking dope. I'm like, that fucking thing looks like shit. What the fuck? It looks like Minority Report. Or that stupid movie with I think it's Jude Law and Steve Buscemi, and they're like clones. Like, the fuck? Like, the future sucks, dude. Like, I saw a video the other day. I sent it to the group chat. I was on Instagram, and something's wrong with my fucking Instagram. I keep deleting the app, but every time I re-download it and I go on it because I blocked so many ads, it won't even show me my own pages that I follow. I follow like 200 pages, and I'll scroll, like right now I'll go to it and I'll scroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One's an ad, that's an ad, 10, 11. And it stopped right there. You're all caught up. I got 11 posts out of that, one of them being an ad. You've seen all your posts from the past 3 days. That's literally not possible. I don't go on this app. I delete it. So I've broken my Instagram. I've completely broken my Instagram. But I sent something to the group chat that was just like, because it breaks, because I scroll down, like I said, 10 posts, and all of a sudden it says you've run out, and it starts showing me like suggested random shit. Okay? Like it'll just be like, oh, this random food video, these reels. It always tries to show you like the TikTok version, the Instagram version of TikTok. But one of them it did was from a page called Hot Freestyle, and it's Kanye West and Future at the Heat game, right? I'm going to play it right now, but I'm watching it. And so it's showing their drip, like their fashion, and Kanye is wearing these rain boots and his fucking gimp mask he's been wearing the last 2 years like a fucking freak, and a busty-ass gray faded hoodie. And then his bitch, it's like Kim K, this like great value Kim Kardashian, this chick was sitting next to him. By rain boots, I mean these things go up to his knees and they have ridges on them. They look like moon boots. So he has moon boots, fucking gray jeans, this gray busty ass hoodie, and his mask, and his mask, his gimp mask, his little leather daddy mask. And then his girl has these boots going up to her knees. They look like normal boots until you get down and you realize how high the heels are. They're super high heels. Like her feet are 90-degree angles, so they're like 4 inches heels. Maybe 2 or 3 inch heels, but probably 4. They look big. And her fucking shoes look like they're going to fucking poke your eye out. They're so pointy. They're incredibly pointy. They come to an edge on purpose. And not just like a pointy cowboy boot. They come to an edge. And then she's got this busted ass like gray dress and these busty ass fucking, like, I don't know what these are. They're like Michael Jackson gloves, but it looks like they're made out of gray felt. And she's sitting there leaning forward with her elbows on her knees like a dude. Oh, and now that I'm looking, she's got shoulder pads that have these like ripples in them. She looks like she's wearing something out of Babylon 5. Something my grandpa used to watch. My grandpa used to watch Star Trek and Babylon 5. It was awful spacious. I fucking hate those things. God damn, how terrible is that shit? You like that shit. You're a fucking dork, dude. I don't like any of that shit. Star Wars, Star Trek, suck my dick. Whack. But yeah, these people, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The future's trash. I sent it to my boys, and it's just like, what are we wearing, man? Like, and it just, they're dressed like Chris Tucker and fucking The Fifth Element. Like, it's like a mix of like Zoolander, The Hunger Games. My boy said that, and I didn't know what The Hunger Games was. I literally say, what's The Hunger Games? And he sent me screenshots, and I'm like, okay, I know which one that was. That was like big on the internet. I've seen thousands of memes about that. But yeah, it's like Zoolander, The Fifth Element. It's just trash, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck. That Tesla's, the future does not look good. And then fucking Creepy Joe, right before I hit fucking record, Creepy Joe Biden, what did he say 20 minutes ago? In America, healthcare should be a right, not a privilege. This is what President Biden just tweeted. Motherfucker, like, there's a key word in that statement, and it should be, not will be, not can be, not let's vote on it, not I'm going to executive order it, not just should be. Yeah, cool, cute little statement. God damn, dude. What a boring timeline. I live in those. I used to think it was in the coolest timeline, man. Like, when I was younger, I used to think the internet was going to save us, and I thought I lived in the coolest fucking timeline. Like, I don't know. I was sucking hopium, dude. I was sucking hopium hard. Like, oh, god damn. I cringe thinking about 22, 23, 24-year-old me, 25-year-old me. You know, like, oh, man. Before I moved here, the last few years in the Bay Area, I was getting my things together. I was working at the post office, but like I said, a lot of things happened in 2011. Well, probably the worst, without a doubt, the worst year of my life so far. I hope nothing comes close. I just got a pain in my chest. That's horrifying. As I said that, don't want that to be a heart attack. Yeah, what the fuck was that all about? That wasn't cool. Yeah, after that, I don't know. I just cringe, man. I just cringe. I just cringe about things I was doing, saying. I was sucking hopium hard. I thought the internet was going to save us. I thought I was going to connect the world. I thought technology was going to save us. I was like early on. Man, I thought everything. I don't know. I took it all hard. I took it all. I don't know. I've been duped a lot. Dude. I always have to catch myself like later. I'm always like, fuck. I mean, most people don't admit that they get caught up in shit, but I got caught up thinking, psychedelics will save the world. Got caught up in that craze. Not true. Back in like 2009, 2010, 2011. Was never gonna happen. I got caught up in the internet's gonna save the world. Not gonna happen. I got caught up in Occupy Wall Street was gonna help unite the country and save the world. Not gonna happen. It wasn't until like Coney 2012 that I realized, like, dude, I'm falling into cycles like Obama, like, you know what I mean? Like all these things, like Obama was my mainstream, like liberal, democratic. I took that hook, you know what I mean? Like, and then it was like, wait, what? Yeah. So take a step back constantly. And I've always been, I don't know. Like I said, my brother was showing me the Zapruder film when I was a teenager, and I've been on the internet a long time. So and 9/11 shit, Loose Change, all those things, like I watched them all when they first came out. And like, I've definitely always had that conspiratorial part of me where I've definitely never bought in anything, never bought in. And then, like I said, Obama, that was it. That was like the one time in my life I ever bought in to the status quo of life. And or of the system, of the political system. Other than that, I've just been completely disillusioned. Which is you know what I mean, like an outcome they prefer. Because I'm not, organizing a communist, radical, militant movement. Anything that gets me to just be complacent and shut my mouth and go to work is a win. So I know that. I know. I know enough to know that I've been broken. But yeah, I was really naive. I thought the internet was going to save all of us, but we're fucked, dude. We're so fucked. We're really, like, this guy literally just tweets, like, I don't know. It should be right. Like, I won't live. I'm 33. I won't live to see free healthcare. Socialized medicine. No way. Not even close. And that's not even as radical as my beliefs get. Like, I'm not going to live to see socialism or communism or the death of capitalism. I might live to see the neo-feudalism that they're setting up that we're well into. I might, by the end of my life, call someone my lord. I want to start a podcast called Surfin' USA. Spelt surf. Like serfdom. Because that's where we're headed. That's what we're in. We're in the mid, and it's not even where we're headed. I'm being too optimistic. That's way too optimistic. Where we're headed. That's what the fuck we're in. We're in it. We're in it, baby. We're in the middle of this shit. Buddy, Benji, come here. Come here. Come way in, bud. Come here. You fascist fuck. Come here. Come here. That's why this dog's so happy. That's why this dog is so happy. Because when, the status quo is being maintained, everyone's like, man, the Cold War is back. And it is. There's a Cold War 2.0, but it's not like the last time. There's no actual left. We're not ideologically different from Russia. We're capitalist. They're capitalist. And China's our market. China's a market player. Yeah, it's pretty hopeless politically. I'm sorry. This Biden tweet, man, it's got me bummed the fuck out. Because that's the one thing. Anytime anybody brings up anything, like, first of all, I don't think you should be able to talk about geopolitics unless you could tell me where it is on a map. Just kidding. But second of all, people just, like I said, complain about whatever the news told them to complain about that day. But I'm just like, hey, you still don't have health. It's like my number one, like, you still don't have, like, the most fundamental, basic bitch. If we can't organize and get this shit, because this should be cross lines. Like, this issue to me is bipartisan. This issue to me is universal. This issue to me it encompasses everybody. Like, unless you work for an insurance company, and if you do, you can go fuck yourself. Like, get another job. Welcome to the service industry. Come into the services. Come join the service industry with the rest of us, where we all treat each other like shit, depending on which uniform we're in and when we're in it. Until we're out in the streets, and we don't. I can't stand customer service, dude, in any fucking way, and I don't know if I can find a job that can avoid it 100%. Like, I mean 100%. Without just, just putting your head down and making no money somewhere. I don't know, man. I think about opening up a food truck with my know-how and my work ethic. And honestly, I make really, really good food. But I just have a problem just letting people be shitty to me. Like, I really, really, really have a problem with it. It's very hard. It fucking weighs on me. Like, I want to, like, lash out. I can't just accept it. It's very hard to. And since I'm in a job where I have to do it a lot, it becomes harder and harder and harder. It's that old adage, the straw will break the camel's back. What am I even talking about right now? Being mad at work. Fucking hate my fucking job. Do you hate your job? Because I hate my fucking job. I think my boss is a fucking bitch. I think this fucking job's a piece of shit. I think this company's a piece of shit. I think it can suck my fucking dick. I fucking hate it. I do not look forward to going to work tomorrow. In the middle of my work week, fucking trash. But I don't have a choice because I'm not special, and I was told that very clearly. You're not special. Get your fat ass to work. And I did. Eventually got to work. And like a good little worker bee. Oh. I got to work. Where'd my phone go? Where did my phone? There it is. Yeah, you know, we never had a chance. That's what it really comes down to. Whether you were told you were special, whether you're told you weren't shit, you probably ended up where you were going to end up anyways. Who knows? Maybe my life could have turned out different. I do know I have a beautiful life. I genuinely wake up every day. I have a beautiful wife. I have beautiful dogs. I have beautiful... I don't know. I'm alive. It could be a lot worse. I genuinely, just the life we have, my family and I have, my wife and our dogs, it's just fucking awesome. I have my mother out here. My brother's out here. I talk to my sister in Denmark all the time. I have a good enough relationship with my other siblings. Talk to my grandfather. Yeah. I have family. I really, really love my wife's sisters. They're great. Their significant others are pretty chill, man. I enjoy when all six of us hang out. It's pretty fucking awesome. And I can't wait to have kids. This is why I just want to have kids, just because, you know, something to care about, something to brighten up the future, because it's hard to be excited. It's hard. Like, trust me, I wake up, like I said, I wake up happy every day. I know how good my life is. I'm just, you know, I live essentially, you know, paycheck to paycheck. So, you know, we have essentially paycheck to paycheck. So it's just, yeah, the future is unsettling when you live that way. And then you think of having kids, and then there's, you know, that other movement, and, you know, and, like, among my generations, you know, the fucking doom, man, just the sucking down the doom. Like, why would you have kids? Why would you bring kids into this world? Like, that shit is prevalent fucking everywhere. It's on Twitter. It's on Reddit. Like, that shit is just everywhere. And trust me, like, climate's fucked. We're fucked. But I don't know. I what else am I gonna do? What the fuck? What else is it? We're all I'm just a sophisticated piece of bacteria being told to replicate. If I don't replicate, I'm gonna feel like incomplete. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that biologically what I was designed to do? Like, breed? Like, I don't know. And like I said, I don't know. It gives me a reason to look forward to the future. I feel like it'll give everyone hope. I just saw what us growing up and no one having children did to my grandparents. They fucking just rapidly decayed once there were no children. And I think that's how life works. I think that's how families work. I think that's how marriages work. I think when nothing keeps you together, when there's nothing to look forward to, you drift apart. You know? And maybe go, oh, you didn't, that means you never loved that person, or you never loved your family. Anyways, there's just blood. Like, trust me, I've walked out on more family than you could, much as everyone wants to act like they hate their fucking family, you've never sacked the fuck up and walked out on the man who brought you into this world, have you? At 12, 13 years old, did you walk away from him and not talk to him until he was on his deathbed, and even still not go see him because your hate for him was so deep? Did you have the sack to do that? No. And then when you would talk about blood doesn't mean anything, trust me, no one understands that lesson more than me. Blood does not fucking mean anything. unless you make it mean something. Unless, I'm trying to be the patriarch of my family. I want to build a family and bring it together. You know what I mean? Like, no one else is going to fucking do it for me. It's just why we're all baby brained. I don't know. I don't have any baby brain notions about my family. I wanted a dad. I sat there and wanted a dad my whole life. I wanted us to be together. I wanted my stepdad to step up and be a dad. I wanted my grandpa to accept me and treat me like a dad, like a son. And no one ever fucking did. I had to do it for myself. And I mean, that's a microcosm of what's wrong with this fucking country. Everyone just is waiting for someone to come along and fucking save us. No one's going to come along and fucking save us. We're fucked. We are fucked 50 fucking ways from Sunday because you're not a real progressive. You're not a real leftist. You don't actually want change. The closest thing we ever got was Bernie. And that was just going to be a labor-focused government. And that's how deeply entrenched in fascist right-wing politics the world is entrenched in. That's how just deeply entrenched we are, is that Bernie was 100-year radical. He was going to present things that this country, progressive policies this country hasn't seen in a century. But that's why we're fucked, because there's no real left. Because people, I've been told like twice at work and a bunch on Twitter is I'm a fucking commie. People throw this shit around like it's a terrible insult. Commie. Like, you think that offends me? You brain dead fuck. It just means you've never read a book. That's all that means to me. All that means to me is you had a dad and were told what to think. I think it's the one beauty of not having a dad. I had to figure out what the fuck to think. Granted, no one told me where to start. No one told me how to start. I was flying blind, but I'd rather that than having some Michael Savage listening, you know what I mean? Fucking Sean Hannity, fucking Rush Limbaugh, neocon, brainwashed, baby brain, empire baby bitch dad who told me how to live my life. And now I grow up and I'm 33. And I think because I think slavery is bad, I'm a progressive. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I've ran into a lot of weird people politically lately. Because people don't talk politics and they start opening their mouth and it's just like, yeah, dude, are you in a roundabout way, like, downplaying slavery? Are you in a roundabout way denying the Civil War was about slavery? Are you denying the Holocaust? Like, I mean, this shit happens in Colorado with millennials on the reg. I don't know if it's because I'm white and they're white and they just think that they can just, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I've ran into a couple people lately that I'm just like, wait, what the fuck what did I just hear? And I don't know. It's making me realize how far gone we are. And like I said, we're just fucked. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood in this podcast. But anyways, I'm going to post this shit. I don't really give a fuck. Just know that whether your parents told you you were special, whether they told you you're not shit, either way you were fucked. You never had a chance.
Thank you and good evening.